Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, I have given you an introduction about quadratic equations. So we had a quick recap of how do we reach to quadratic equations, what is a polynomial and how quadratic equations have been explained, right? So what is going to be the objective of this chapter? So this chapter is quadratic equations, right? What are we going to learn in this chapter? There are basically three topics. The first one is we learn about the standard form of quadratic equation, and then we learn about how to find the roots of quadratic equation. So in roots of quadratic equation, there are different methods. What are the different methods? First is by grouping. What do you mean by grouping? It's nothing but factorization, alright? What is the second method? Again, it is factorization only, but using the method splitting the middle term. Right? What can be the next? We can do factorization, these two, factorization again using what? Algebraic identities. Right? With the help of that also, we can do the factorization. So, you get the roots of quadratic equation. Then the next topic what you are learning is quadratic formula. And then the last topic which comes here is nature of the root. So let's have a quick explanation of how the quadratic equation is going to work out, right? Consider an example of a quadratic equation. We know that any quadratic polynomial, you equate it to 0, you get a quadratic equation, right? So consider a quadratic equation, x square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. It's a familiar quadratic equation, right? How do we factorize this? So we can factorize this either by identity or by splitting the middle term. So observe, how can we factorize? Coefficient of x square is 1. So this is a perfect square. And the constant term, this is again a perfect square. So can I write this as x the whole square and this as 2 the whole square? So there is a possibility, this I can write it in terms of what? X and 2. So there is a minus. But then to confirm that, I should be able to express this minus 4x as minus 2 into x. Right? So, is it possible? Yes, we can. Right? So I'll just write it minus 2 into x into 2. And then this plus comes. Is it in the form of a square minus 2ab plus b square? What is the factorization of this? Isn't it a minus b the whole square? So what can I write here? So this will give me x minus 2 the whole square equal to 0. That means x minus 2 into x minus 2 equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Right? Understood? So these are called the roots of the quadratic equation. X square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. This I have applied the identity. Right? So let's have a recap of splitting the middle term. Consider another example. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. First, make sure that it's a quadratic equation. Is it a quadratic equation? Yes. The power of the variable is 2, right? So it's a quadratic equation. How can I confirm this? After confirming this, what do I need to do? Observe the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 1. So what do I need to do? Look into the next. Then I will look for the constant term, splitting the middle term. I find out the factors of 6. What are the factors of 6? I can have 1, I can have 6, I can have 2, I can have 3. Anything else? No, right? Yes. So now, how do we decide which factors I need to consider? There you have a trick. You remember? What is it? If the middle term is minus and the sum is positive, then both the factors will be plus? No. What it will be? Minus. Right? So here it is minus. Now look at here. If I take minus 1 and minus 6, I get plus 6. But do I get minus 5? No. So is this possible? So this is not possible. Right? So then what is left out? Minus 2, minus 3. So write it. X square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 equal to 0. Isn't it? So now grouping. Take two terms together. What is a common factor? X. So x minus 2. Minus 3 into x minus 3. No. What is the shortcut here? Whatever you get here, right? X minus 2. That should be the same term. You should get it in the second bracket also. Now, x minus 2 is there. X minus 2 is there. Can I take that outside? What is left out here? X. What is left out here? Minus 3. Sorry, this is 0. Equal to 0. So can I equate x minus 2 equal to 0? That means x is equal to 2. X minus 3 equal to 0. That means x is equal to 3. Understood? So splitting the middle term, is it clear? I have explained one example with algebraic identity and one with splitting the middle term. But this splitting the middle term was easy because you had a coefficient of x square as what? 1. Right? But what happens if the coefficient of x square is not equal to 1? Right? So let's have another example. Let's pick up a question. I can take it as 4x square, right? Minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. Let's see how can we factorize this. What is the coefficient of x square here? It's 4. So when you are having the coefficient of x square as value which is not equal to 1, then you multiply the coefficient of x square with the constant term. So you get 4. Find out the factors of 4 in such a way that you should get the sum as minus 4 and the product as plus 4. So sum as minus 4, what are the factors of 4? 1 and 4, 2 and 2. But 1 and 4 will not give me sum as minus 4. So this is ruled out. Right? What is left out? 2 and 2. But here I need minus. So this has to be minus. This has to be minus. So can I substitute? What do I get? 4x square minus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. What do I get? Can I group them? Yes. What is a common factor? 2x. What is left out? 2x minus 1. What do I get? Minus I take outside. What is left out? 2x minus 1 equal to 0. So what do I get now? 2x minus 1 into 2x minus 1 equal to 0. That means 2x minus 1 equal to 0. 2x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 by 2. Here again 2x minus 1 equal to 0. 2x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 by 2. So the roots of the quadratic equation 4x square minus 4x plus 1 is what? 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. I hope it's clear for everyone how to do the factorization of quadratic equations by splitting the middle term, by algebraic identities and by factorization. Any method of factorization, right? By grouping or other thing. So this is, the chapter starts with the recap of these methods. But here comes the real life application. They can give you any situation based question and they can ask you to find the solution for that particular question with the help of either splitting the middle term or by any method of factorization. Can we have a question to solve this? Right? Okay. So we'll pick up, first we'll start with Application based questions? Yes. So let's have a question. I'll pick up a question from NCERT, right? I'll solve all the questions which you find it little difficult in NCERT with respect to the quadratic equation chapter. So let's pick up the question first.